Good morning, everybody. I hope we're all doing good. I just want to say thank you to everybody on this platform for all the amazing support, help, love, concern, everything. Thank you so much. It's your girl Seeker in the house, and today I just have a very simple question to ask all of us, something for all of us to begin to get the brain juices going, to begin to, think about the things that matter to us in 2024. We started the year. I didn't know where January went. It just kind of flew past. It's gone. Like the time, where has it gone? And now it's already the 5th day in February. Before you know it, the first 6th of this year would be gone. The first quarter of this year would soon be passing us all by. Very simple question for us this morning is, what is pursuing you? What is it that you want to achieve in this year? And what is your why? Why? Why do you want it? Why do you want whatever it is? Hello, Sister Amma. How are you this morning? I hope you're doing good. What is pursuing you this morning, this year, this week, this month? Oh, Sister Amma, poverty is pursuing me too, really hard. Poverty is pursuing me. All I want this year is money. That's all I want. If you've been poor before, if you've gotten to that point in life where you don't even know where your next meal is really going to come from, if you've really understood the concept of life that nothing is set in stone, you can't predict anything. You can have everything going on well for you. You have a job. It's secure in your mind. You haven't done anything wrong. So you're probably going to be working in that place for a very long time. All of a sudden, and without you knowing, because the people that you work for, they don't need to consult you about whatever decisions they're making about their company or whatever. They've decided to let you go because they have to let some people go. And you sadly happen to be one of those people that is being let go. What would you do? For me in my life, the only person I can depend on is myself. All I have is me. And I'm not saying this to sound, sad or anything, but I'm just saying that the only person I can rely on and depend on is myself. If I'm going to be able to feed myself, it comes down to me. If I can pay my rent, it comes to me. Like all the bills that I need in this life to survive, it all comes down to me. I am responsible for my own self. And if there's one thing that scares the living daylight out of me, because it's something I saw growing up, is to become old and frail and not be able to even afford to eat what my soul desires to eat at that particular time. Let's say today I'm old and what I want to eat is fufu and goat light soup, and I can't afford to have it, and so I have to settle for whatever there is that I can afford. If it's Gary and it's 5 Ghana cedis, then I have to just settle for that. But that really isn't what my soul is desiring to eat at that time. I saw people full of life in their prime, growing up as a child. I called all of them uncles and aunties. We lived in a shielded community where people were, educators. They were teaching people. It's a campus, so you have accommodation. It's part of the perks that come with what you do. And so I saw on a very personal level people growing up together alongside other people with their parents. And sadly, I saw what happened in the end when the time came, because, nothing lasts forever. The fact that you're teaching today and you have the perks that come with teaching, or the fact that, back in Ghana, as probably in many countries, they have a camp for military staff. And my father is ex-military, so we lived in that camp for a long time. But when the time comes and you've retired or they don't need your services anymore, if you're lucky, you have a few weeks. That's all you have. And you have to vacate that premises that was your home and find somewhere else to go. There's no extra time. Nobody gives a toss about you. There's already somebody else that has been lined up to take over that place that you are supposed to be living in and take over that place. Good morning, Pastor Patience. Sister Mary, how are you doing? Mr. Jacobs, how are you? So what is pursuing you? What is the thing that is mattering to you so much that you do anything in order to have it? That thing scares me so much that when I wake up, it's all I'm thinking about. What do I have to do to make sure that I don't find myself in that situation? Because when I saw people being pursued out of that place, the anxiety that I saw, the panic, the worry written all over their faces, like, where are we going? And it's all because there were no plans put in place. Because that's our human instinct, to think that this situation that I find myself in is always going to be like that. And so if there are no contingencies in place and all of a sudden the bottom falls from underneath, it's like you don't even know what you're going to do. And so my brother, my sister, the first month of the year has gone. We're now into the second month, and I can't believe that today is already the 5th day out of 29. So in 3.5 weeks, February will be done, and we're now into March. My simple question is, what is pursuing you? Maybe you're married today, and your spouse, your husband, is the one that is responsible for everything. So you don't have to worry. Yours is just to sit at home, clean the house, make sure the kids are okay, and you're fine. And you think that you're comfortable. But have you ever asked yourself the question, so if my husband gets sick today and his circumstances change, those monies aren't coming in as frequently as they used to, what am I going to do? Have you thought about that? Yes? No? People pass away all the time. We don't even know the number of our days. So if my life has to end, or if his life has to end, and now I'm on my own with my children, can we afford? Can I afford the same lifestyle that we've had and enjoyed all this time? Must you wait until you're actually in the struggle before you now want to kind of like react to the situation? Or should you always just be thinking that, look, nothing lasts forever, anything can change at any time, so let me think about what it is that I can be doing. Building something else so that, when the bottom falls from underneath it, at least I have some cushions in place. The only thing that scares the living daylight out of me is poverty. Maybe you come from a rich family, so everything, your whole future and 10 generations ahead of you have already been sorted out. So maybe this is not your worry. But I don't come from that sort of a background. And so that is my why. That is what is pursuing me every single day. Poverty is my nemesis. It is. Sister Amma, and it scares the living daylights out of me. If I don't put structures in place, I may not even be able to feed myself. And so I have to get up and get going. Even when I don't feel like it, I have to keep moving. If I want to start to tell you the things that I'm faced with right now, you cry for me. But when I think about the fact that hey, if I don't do this now, things are going to change. Pastor Patience, thank you so much. Poverty is pursuing me. Poverty is pursuing me seriously. And so when I go to sleep, I can't even sleep. Like, hey, so if this thing, what am I going to do? What can I do? You have children today. You know that tomorrow there will come a time when your children will have to go to school. School fees have to be paid. Must you sit around and wait until the kids are going to the school? Now you're scratching your head. Hey, I need 20,000 Ghana cedis to put Kofi in Wesley Girls High School. I need $20,000 to send my daughter to university. What am I going to do? And I remember a time when my parents had the four of us. They were both teachers. And if your parents are teachers in Ghana, you understand that it's not really a lot of money. Yeah, we had the campuses, we had a home because my dad was a lecturer. Okay, fine, yes. We lived in a shielded community with a school, so we went to the school in that campus, primary school, junior high. Yeah, fabulous. But what happens after that? I wanted to go to St. Rose's. The other two wanted to go to Wesley Girls. Somebody else wants to go to another school. There were 4 daughters. And so my mom thought about it and she said, if I don't start doing something now, because I want to make sure that my daughters get the best of everything that I didn't have. And so I remember seeing my mom selling her wrapper, her cloth, a lot of them, in order to pay our school fees. I saw my mom working, marking every exam from WAEC you can think about. From general paper to French to economics to name it. Anything that she could mark, she's marking. She's invigilating this here. She's doing that there. Just to make ends meet. To support her husband. To make ends meet. Pay our school fees. Make sure there's food on the table. And at least the basic things that we need in this life are provided for. She was always thinking ahead of time about what is coming. These 4 girls are going to need A, B, C, D, E, F, G in order to be able to get to those high schools that they want to get to. They may need extra tuition in this, that, and the other. And it was all in place to ensure that we got what we want. What is pursuing you this year, this month? What is pursuing you? You know there are some things that are coming. Whether you like it or not, you have to make payment for those things. What is pursuing you? What has to go? Because, you know, when something is pursuing you, it also means that you have to make a certain sacrifice. There's something that must go for something else to come in its place. If it's a lot of rent and fees are pursuing me, Sister Amma, you know, if it's talking to people and hanging out with your friends and whinging about your situation, nothing is going to change when you start talking about it. Nothing changes just from talking about it. So what can I do to make my circumstances different? Maybe some of those times that you spend talking have to go so that you can get a nap in. Wake up in the middle of the night when other people are sleeping and burn your midnight candle because something is pursuing you. Let me come and say it in a proper African way so you can understand what I'm saying. What is pursuing you? Now money, they pursue me. Poverty, they pursue me so badly that I can't even sleep at night. Because I know what can happen if I don't start to move with the sign of the times. As I'm sat here, I'm a full-time employee. I'm a part-time student. And I'm trying to set up my business properly. Also that there can be multiple streams of different things coming in every single month. And even that, nothing is certain. I'm an employee. I'm praying to God that I keep my job. But if my employer says, girl, thank you so much for your services, but your services are no longer required, there's nothing I can do about that. So if I don't start doing my own thing, so that when that time comes, I'm not living outside in the snow. It's snowing out there. And I know I have nobody else to turn to. There's no parents to go to and go and say, oh, mommy, I want you to pay my rent for the next 6 months until I find another job. No, they are living their life. They've done enough. There's nobody to go to and say, I don't have any food in my fridge. Oh, can you help me? Or set up GoFundMe page on Facebook and come to you, cap in hand, begging you to help me pay my rent. Can you imagine? Begging you to feed me. Can you imagine? And opening myself up to all kinds of ridicule and whatever else from everybody else. What am I saying this morning? What is pursuing you? What's not pursuing you? And what is going to, actually kick you off your backside to get things going? Because when the thing is not pursuing you enough, there's really no need. There's no burning desire. There's no passion. There's no nothing. You won't do what has to happen. But when you know that this thing has to happen, I have to make it happen. Trust me, your attitude is very different. How badly do you want it? Okay, so poverty is pursuing me. How badly is it pursuing me? I know that if there is no paycheck coming for the next couple months, I'm in deep waters. That's how bad it is for me. So it's an urgency. It's not something to be mucking about with. It's not a maybe. This is a desperate situation, calling for desperate measures to be put in place in order for it to happen. So me, I don't know about you. Maybe this video is not for you because you've got your whole life sorted out for the next 100 years. This video is not for you. But if you're just normal living person like me, I know my own self. Poverty is pursuing me with serious vigor. And I'm trying to widen the gap between me and poverty because that's all I've seen. Struggle life. I'm fed up with that life. I also want to sleep one day and not have to worry. Hey, my God, what am I going to do? Next month, my rent is coming. And how am I going to survive? No, I don't want that kind of living anymore. And so every single day of my life now, when I still have the ability to, I have to fight tooth and nail to make sure that that doesn't happen. So I don't know what your situation is. And maybe you're in your 20s and you think, retirement is over there. Or maybe you're not married yet to even have the children. So this conversation we are having, you can't relate to it. Let me tell you something. If you don't take advantage of your youth when you have it and do the needful things that must be done, by the time you get to my age, you'll be struggling so much and living in regret, thinking about all that time that you had, that you thought, oh, it's a lot of time. That time that you wasted doing things that don't make any sense whatsoever. It's only in hindsight that you realize. But sadly, that time is gone and you won't get it back. And so, my brother, there's a video that I put up a couple days ago. And I said, don't let anybody deceive you into thinking that life begins at 40, because it doesn't. By 40, if you're not careful, you're already needing Zimmer frame to move around. And so if you don't start putting the contingencies in place when you have the ability to do so, my sister, you will cry. You're single now. All you have to be responsible for is yourself. Maybe you're even lucky. Your parents still allow you to live with them. You've just started a job. Instead of saving some of that money for a rainy day, investing it in something. Every money that falls into your account, you feel that you've earned it, so I have to spend it on myself. I live with my parents. I don't have to pay no rent. They are responsible. This house is theirs. They've already built and paid for it. So let me just take advantage of the situation. My brother, my sister, no situation is permanent. Things can change just like that. And so you always have to think about what contingencies have I put in place in case this happens, and do something about your situation. And maybe you've tried the best that you can, and the bottom still fell out for you, and you don't know what you have to do. How do I start again? What should I do? If you want somebody that has been through adversity of different kinds in this life, you're looking at one. Different things have happened at different times in my life to make me the person that I am sat in front of you today. So I don't know who you are. I don't know what your situation is, but maybe, just maybe, there's something that has happened to you right now. You're dealing with this situation that is threatening to shake the very core foundations of your life, and you're thinking, I'm so lost in this situation. What am I supposed to do? And you're looking for somebody to speak to. You're looking for some guidance. You're looking for some mentorship. You're looking for some coaching in your life. I want to help you because I've walked that walk. I've walked that walk, and I'm here. I made it on the other side. I'm here. I haven't died. I'm still alive and well. So if that person happens to be you, I want to help you to get over that hump. And don't allow whatever it is to define the rest of your life. So if you want me to help you, and you're that person, www.sikaeducates.com. Just book yourself a session and come and let's talk about what has happened, how to draw the line, and what needs to happen for you to move on with your life. In these Middle Ages, there's so many people whose lives have come to an end. You invested so much in your marriage. All of a sudden, your wife, your husband says they don't feel this thing anymore. They want to leave. You gave your whole life to it, and you just don't know how to pick up the pieces because, it was your very livelihood. Your very life depended on it. It's gone. What are you going to do? You've been with this man or this woman for a long time. You thought you could build a life with them. You've been in a relationship for years. All of a sudden, they just dump you just like that. Or just ignore you. Just simply haven't heard from them anymore. You don't know what to do with your life. I've walked that walk. I can help you. It's not the end of the world. Maybe you've been stricken by loss. You've lost somebody that you loved so much, and you don't know what to do with yourself. It's like a stumbling block in your way, and you don't know how to move on with that. My brother, my sister, I can help you find your way again and find your life again. www.sikaeducates.com. I'll put it in the comment section when I come out of this video. But all that I have to say to you this morning is that time is not on our side. Life is happening all around us. There are things you can control, and there are others that you can't. But at all times, you always have to look ahead. What can happen? If this happens, what will I do? What is your plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D, and so on and so forth? What am I doing today to ensure that my tomorrow is not full of more sorrow and pain and anguish and disappointment and lack, especially poverty? The only thing, there's two things in this life that can really destroy everything. One of them is money, because the lack of it means that you don't have enough to do anything. You have no options. And you have to go cap in hand begging people who tell you all manner of things, because, hey, they are the ones that are keeping you alive. So they can choose to do whatever they want to do to you, and you don't have any options in this situation. Sister Amma, thank you so much. Number 2 thing is sickness. There's nothing worse than being ill and not having the means to get yourself out of your situation. The lack of money is the root of all evil. People tell you money is the root of all evil, but the lack of it is worse. Money gives you options to decide. Today I want to eat egusi and pounded yam. Tomorrow, I think I'll have jollof rice and chicken. But if you don't have money, you can drink water and gari with no sugar and milk for weeks. Because that is all that somebody else has been able to afford to give you, and you can't complain about it. Sleeping in somebody else's garage is your option, because you don't have any other options. It's either garage or outside, or sleeping on somebody else's floor. And so, my brother, my sister, what are we doing in this 2024 to make sure that we never even have to think about sleeping on somebody else's floor? We can afford a roof over our head. We can eat into perpetuity. It is just hard work. Hard work from your own hands, and not being lazy. And making sure that whatever it is so bad, your why is so bad enough that it pushes you to do what you have to do. Because this life without money, now struggle life. Take it from somebody who knows, darling. It's not funny. There's nothing exciting about poverty. There's nothing fun about it. And if on top of that you have a bunch of kids that need providing for, who never asked you to put them in that situation, may God bless you and help you. It's all a mindset shift. Your mind and your thinking just has to change around your situation. And you find that if you put one foot in front of the next, and keep going, regardless of the impediments in your way, and not allow no to be a good enough answer for you, you would find yourself arriving at that destination happier, more proud of yourself, knowing that you took yourself out of your predicament and made something of and for yourself. What is pursuing you today? Please have a think about it. Please let it sink into the core of your soul and ask yourself some hard questions. If something happens to this today, what am I going to do? And let that be enough of a reason that you move. You move hard. and do what it takes to get where you need to get to. I love you all so much. 2024, we're moving forward with the speed of light. You can either join us and we can all do this together, or unfortunately you get left by the side because your why wasn't big enough. It doesn't matter to you that much. You don't want it that badly. Oh yeah, so I could use some $5,000 this year, but you know, if it's just like that, then maybe this is not for you. But for those of us who know that that $5,000 is the difference between sleeping outside and living with a roof over your head and warmth in your house, if it means staying up the night and doing it, you would do it, because being out there is not something that is fun. It's -8 degrees outside there today. It snowed all yesterday. I don't want to sleep outside and not be able to be warm and be shivering like a leaf. No. So that is enough reason for me, enough motivation, enough to get going. What is your why, and what is pursuing you? What is pursuing you today? Please share this video. Please, please, please share this video so that other people would also be able to get all the nuggets that are in this video. Please. I didn't see no love hearts today, apart from Sister Amma and Pastor Patience and Sister Virtuous Hope. Mwah! No love hearts. No, nothing. You know how we do it now. I love you all so much. Thank you so much for the love hearts. They give me a lot of energy and they make me excited. But seriously, what is pursuing you? And what are you prepared to do to make sure that you're on top of your game? You're on top of your game and you're doing the needful to get where you need to get to. I love you so much. Have a lovely day today. May your week be blessed. May everything you touch work out for you. Thank you all so much. Please share this video. Please share this video. If you've contacted myself or Pastor Patience asking for redox, please. Or if you want or are interested in redox but don't know what it is that you have to do, just type redox and we would respond to your message and get you on your merry way. Please share this video. Please share this video. And keep the likes and loves and everything coming. God richly bless you. Have a lovely day. I'll see you soon. Bye.